then who deserves to die more? The one that has lived more, right? Not the kids. So let you go because you took out the kid that had so much life within them. You're selfish. You're dangerous. You are crying because it had to be, your bail hearing had to be postponed till the 18th. Guess what? JAYDEN ain't coming back. His life has been postponed indefinitely. I almost said a bad word.
At the back of my mind, it was always he was going to return home. It didn't hit me until I received the phone call the next day to say, come home, your child is being found. And that's when we then rushed down to my place of residence.
So you were not home at that moment?
No, I had spent the night at my mother's place because my mother didn't want to leave me alone.
Okay, so I'm back with the updates that I promised you. JAYDEN Lee Meek's mother was the one that was arrested, whose identity was kept hush-hush on the weekend. Then we found out on Monday that indeed, by the way, hi guys, my bad, right? Indeed, it was the mother that was arrested. I believed it because I suspected from when this case actually started, but I didn't do a video about it because I wasn't sure. But I suspected because you know what happens there? When there's like a murder in a family, when it's GBV, things of that nature, who is the first person that they look at? The spouse. It's always in the house. And I've just recently discovered that even when it comes to kids, remember how I was telling you guys that it's not just the creepy stranger danger people that you need to regularize your kids from. It could be coming from the house. In these kind of cases though, when it comes to the kids, I think why maybe it took this long for the cops to put the pieces that it was the mom is because usually when it's coming in from the home, it's usually an SA type of situation that is happening to the child, not complete death. But I just feel like as much as men, the spouse of the woman is the first person to be investigated, whatever happens to anyone in any household, it's the people that are in there that should be investigated alongside with the investigations of what's happening outside. It's stranger danger, right?
Honest with you, I ask myself if only all of these SAPS members could have been deployed to the crime scene on the day that she had reported it. Maybe, just maybe, we could have spared the life of JAYDEN Lee Meek.
Vault unlocked.
Anyway, so like I said on Sunday, yes, it was the mom. She's the one that's locked up. Now the crazy thing is about this lady, she was actually crying more at her first appearance in court than what she was on TV. On TV, she was going on about how her son wanted to go viral, and it's so sad how this is how he went viral. Not a teardrop inside.
We're not coping, but we are very grateful to the community for coming out and being in support of us. We've obviously got a lot of questions based on everything that is happening. We just want answers. We want people to speak to us. Then we can pose those questions to them, because until they contact us, we are not sitting with any sort of information. No one is coming forward with anything.
This is the mother who feigned grief and victimhood in May, presenting herself as heartbroken and seeking support from the community following the death of her 11-year-old son. Almost 2 months later, the Roodepoort Magistrates Court accuses Tiffany Meek of numerous charges after her unconscious son's bruised body was discovered lying on the steps of their complex in Vliehof in May. This story highlights the potential of unimaginable darkness within the most trusted relationships.
It is the accused's first appearance on the following charges. First, of murder of an 11-year-old boy, being JAYDEN MEEK. Second count is that of defeating the ends of justice. Count 3 is that of crimen injuria. Count 4 is that of attempting to defeat or obstruct the administration of justice.
Deputy Police Minister Pauline Bushielo has expressed disappointment over her alleged role in JAYDEN Lee's murder.
It is heartbreaking, ladies and gentlemen, when you really have to be in court and see a mother having murdered her own 11-year-old. It's heartbreaking, and I know Honorable James is very broken because the very same mother was using the community to protect her. She even came to our parliament in the portfolio committee through Honorable James. And Honorable James thought this was, what is expected of us to do as parliamentarians to make sure that we brought this to books. And we kept on assuring her that we are on the feet or on the trace of getting those people to be arrested.
The community is calling for the 31-year-old to be denied bail.
Ngifuna ubona umthetho uthatha indawo yawo eqinile. Abantu ababoshiwa benze ubuhlungu emphakathini mabahlale ejele bangaphumi ngaphandle, banganikwa bathi i-free bail, bakhona lokho abanokukhuluma bathi baqede isigwebo kusho ukuthi umuntu usiphathe kahle. Akunakuphatha kahle komuntu obulala umuntu bese kuthiwa akaphumele aye emphakathini. Emphakathini kuyafana usazokwenza futhi lokho agcine kukho. Akukho ukuthi umuntu uzobulala bese aphuma ngaphandle bese kuthiwa uselungile. Akahlale ngaphakathi umama. Ukuhlala kwakhe ngaphakathi impilo yakhe ayichithe ejele uyakudeserve.
The matter has been postponed to Friday for a formal bail application.
Ms. Meek, this case is now postponed to the 18th of July. That's Friday, 18th of July. You remain in custody until we have the bail application and also for your legal representative to be present. Thank you. You may stand down.
Police aren't ruling out the possibility of more arrests as investigations continue.
Right? It's a pity how this is how he wants to go viral. It's a pity how this is how he's going to go viral. I usually do hear these things on social media. I don't want to lie to you, right? Where they say Usman Bang wanted to go viral, but it's a pity that this is how they went viral. But it never comes from family members or a mother saying it's a pity this is how they went viral. Usually it's from external sources that knew the person. That lady was weird. And then she's a big madam. Imagine her on the child. I told you guys, I told you. Mothers, especially mothers, single mothers, mothers in relationships, mothers who are single but in a relationship in the home, because you're always alone. Mothers, it is imperative for you to get help. Regardless of what your circumstances are, get help for any and anything and everything. If you have children, most of us have grown up with childhood traumas, and then we vowed not to be like the adults that were raising us or that were around us, because we could see kind of too much anger, too much drama, too much something. And then we vowed that when I have kids, I would never be like that. And then you have kids. And then you slowly start to see yourself being like that. Because you're still holding on to those childhood traumas. Because you also have experienced your own traumas growing up. All of that shit gets packed up and locked up into your body. Ladies, I've been saying this. You have to regulate your nervous system. You will go crazy. You will. Ladies, especially, you have to go for therapy. You have to see a psychiatrist. If you have to be on medication, so on. Talk to your pastors. Talk. You have to talk and get whatever is inside of you, outside of you. Because this situation is giving, she went too far. Because you don't know how you're going to react on a particular day. And once you hit your child in that way, and it's so rough, it's so bad, the first time, maybe you apologize. You're going to do it again. It's just like an abusive husband. You're going to do it again to that very same child that you apologized to. How do you not recognize that you have a mental illness, a problem in your brain? There's something wrong with you. I am all for seeking help. Tell someone, I'm not okay. You cannot take it out on your children. They didn't ask to be here. You opened your legs. And then you opened them again to deliver them. You can't do this. It's bad. It's so bad. You can't be like this. It's not the children's fault. Whatever issues you are having, you have to speak to someone. Even if it's a social worker to say, I can't do this. What are my options? How can you assist me? I'm crashing out. We all crash out. One thing about me, I'm a confessor. When I'm not okay, I'm going to talk to somebody. I'm telling everybody. And I do go through my ups and downs. But not a single day am I going to take it out on my kids. And if I feel like maybe I just shouted way too much and it was unnecessary, it always comes back to me like, you have to go apologize. Because look at it from your kid's perspective as well. And I will apologize. It takes a lot to apologize. But it's so, even to your kids. Now, we are not spanking our kids, but even that scolding, that shouting, it's too much. It's too much for them. We are turning them into us. And it's like we are rebuilding those traumas that we experienced into them. And that's something we are trying to fight, not to do. My sister and I will stay on the phone. Usually when we have our little chats or what have you, for hours. And one thing that always comes up in our conversations is, by the way, I'm experiencing this Namdana and and this is how I reacted. Oh, this is how I feel. I don't want to be like this. Like, where now? What do you see? If maybe you can't afford to go for therapy, or you don't want to be medicated, or you don't want all these other things, maybe you can't even afford it. I don't know. We talk to each other as mothers. Even your friends, your group of friends, if you don't have siblings, talk to them. Like, I'm going through this right now. Plus, our kids are close in age. So whatever one experiences, the other one is probably experiencing it too. So we can give each other advice. But at the end of the day, my sister and I are not experts. My kids now, I have a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old, right? But here's the thing. I've never had a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old. Just like I've never had a newborn until I did. And then had another newborn until I did. So you're experiencing this for the first time alongside with them. Why are you so mad that you are eliminating them? They did not ask to be here. So my sister and I will always take note of the things that we are doing, saying, and then we help each other. Because we don't want to be evil, villainous mothers. It can happen. I'm not saying that what she did was right. Obviously, that was freaking batshit crazy. She took it too far. But it should never even get to the point where the too far is a possibility. You have to talk. If you are feeling some kind of mental instability within you, you have to talk. Tell everyone. It is going to be their choice then to believe you or not. But you told them, I'm not okay and I need help. It's okay for you to say that or give yourself a break. Giving yourself a break, you would think, oh, just one day of not cleaning, cooking, doing all these mothery things, and you just order whatever, and you're just relaxing. You don't actually get a break from that. You never get a break. Once you're a mother, you never get a break. I am 33 years old. My mom is in her late 50s. She still doesn't get a break from being a mom. I still call her mommy because she's my mommy. Do you understand? But you have to talk. You cannot eliminate your children, ladies. And damn, it's getting really prevalent in the colored community. What is going on, you guys? It was Jocelyn and now it's Jayden. Oh, JJ. Satan likes to trend. I'm telling you. Beginning of this video, it's going to be a long video. Ladies, no matter what even if you aren't abusing your kids like these people are, I'm not abusing my kids, but I need professional help with certain things that I have noticed that I want to better myself for my kids. And why not even put the kids in therapy as well, so that they can go get it out of their system, whatever it is, because nothing is ever perfect. Nothing. But you cannot go on like this. You're going to become a murderer, and then you're going to find Linda Carr talking about you. Monster mothers. You guys. No, man. No. Absolutely not. And then also, her name is Tiffany. Her family has now come to speak out. Remember in my last video on Sunday, I said to you, it was kind of really weird. But also, from another person's perspective, you'd be like, okay, obviously she needs the family support, whatever. But the mother and the brother or the uncle that was there, they just looked so, like everything just looked so off. In all of their interviews, it didn't look right, it didn't feel right, none of it felt good. It felt like this is the danger zone. And people are mentioning it slowly but surely. It's like how we all thought it, but we didn't say. So the mother has come out to speak out, and she believes her child. You are lying, ma'am. You know. And I'm going to tell you why she knows. But take a look at this.
Really? Okay. Good day, everyone. It is with great sadness that I have to make this video to show how deeply disappointed we are at the way my grandson's case is being investigated, and now my daughter is being prosecuted for a crime she did not commit. Our attorney, Nove Naidu, together with Tiffany's family, friends and work colleagues, were at the court from 8:30 this morning. We were instructed to wait outside the office where the first appearances are processed until a list is drafted and the security guard will inform us of the court where Tiffany will be appearing. Our attorney even went to the prosecutor's pool office and was rudely spoken to and told that he won't be held and he must wait outside until the matter has been processed. It is so clear that the police, prosecutors and activists were working together to ensure that Tiffany was not represented in court on her first appearance and that her family and friends were not inside the court to give her our love and support. We hope that she will be given a fair bail hearing and trial, as we have lost faith and hope in the criminal system. None of us, I have witnesses, the activists all saw us, were present, but denied access under false pretenses to be in the court. And that's all I have to say for now.
You see what I mean? They are saying that she should get her bail because she's innocent until proven guilty. But then there was an investigator that was interviewed. And this is what the investigator had to say.
Tiffany MEEK came face to face with her community as she took to the dock for her son's murder. As a picture emerges of Jayden Lee's final moments, we sat down with an investigator close to the case.
Jayden was beaten severely. He was hidden under his bed, under the blankets. All evidence was basically tampered with. She tried to remove as much as possible, but missed key details in hiding the evidence.
After suffering blunt force trauma to the head, the 11-year-old would endure even more abuse.
When his body was found, he had a different set of underwear. His body was cleaned. The dirty underwear that he wore the day for school was also found in the property. Bloody towels, face cloths, everything was in the board. There was a lot of blood trails within the board under UV lights, and yeah, it was a gruesome discovery.
The investigator says the perpetrator attempted to cover their tracks in a cold and calculated manner.
Somebody did try and cover up the crime scene. A lot of ammonia was used, specifically Handy Andy, and a thick bleach substance was used to wipe out the entire place. They mopped throughout the place. Beds were made. However, because blood has such high ions, once you try and cover it up, it leaves a deeper stain. So under the UV light, everything is brought to surface.
As the story of an 11-year-old boy and his murder-accused mother unfolds, questions remain over what had been done to protect Jayden Lee Meek.
Had there been allegations of abuse in the house before?
There's been many. Upon interviewing the teachers and the students at school, Jayden was severely abused. He had severe trauma. Speaking to his classmates and the teachers, Jayden always complained of being abused, not being fed, stuff like that, or his mum leaving him alone.
With Tiffany Meek behind bars, police say more arrests are likely.
You see what I mean? Some families will cover up the nastiest of the nastiest, even incest. Now here's the evidence from the investigator. This child was actually reporting this to teachers at school, but nobody did anything about it. They saw bruises on him. He was not fed, neglected, but nobody did anything about it. The family knew. And then what I wanted to get back to, when I said we're going to talk about it now, is that somebody else has claimed that Tiffany had a 2-year-old son who was Jayden's brother a while back. And that child is also gone. So is it giving one of those American type mothers that like to injure their kids because they feed off its mental illness? They feed off of the energy they get from people feeling sympathy for them. Number one. Number two, is it just that she hates her kids? I think it's the first one. I think she's sick. There's something about her face. I'm telling you, I can read people. There's something about her face that is giving and the mothers. That's how you right. I won't say slow. Oh, but Lynn, you just said it. No, I didn't. Don't lie. Don't lie. The others. It's giving that. Not in a derogatory way. But you know what I mean. And apparently the other baby perished. So it's giving pattern. Is anyone going to bring it up? Is anyone going to bring this part up?
South Africans, you're not asking the right questions. Okay, even these journalists, they don't think. Because Jayden Lee had a brother. The brother was 2 days old. The brother's name was Kyle. Now before I get to Kyle, I want to read you a letter that Jayden Lee wrote to his mother for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will try to make you breakfast in bed. Thank you for being the best mom in the world and always taking care of me and putting me before yourself. To the world's best mom. Jayden Lee's words, written for his mother, whom he believed was going to protect and care for him and have his best interests at heart. The envelope had, home is where mom is. Ask her what happened to Kyle, a 2-day-old baby boy. Kyle is Jayden Lee's second name. Kyle Levi Dunn was his brother's name. You see, there's a pattern, people. I always ask you guys to think. If she could do this to a son that's 11 years old, what could she not have done to a baby? A newly born baby. Think about it.
Is anybody going to inquire now into that situation that happened way back when? And damn, you guys, look at the father. Kisono. Oh my word. Kisono. Did he know?
I hope you know I love you with all my heart. And that daddy's always gonna be there for you one way or the other. I love you. I remember your first words and first steps. Till I was there when you took your very first breath. I looked you in your eyes and you looked back at mine. I knew right there that I would never leave your side.
Did you see the bruises? And just thought, umushapile. No, sometimes it's not umushapile. You got umntana. Let's say makamncane and uyaganga. Umuthi, ay wena man, aish, you know? Okay, we've seen that happening. And then there's some people that wouldn't even go to that extent. You would say, ay wena man. You understand what I mean? But to beat a child black and blue, that's abuse. And I know this firsthand. Before I went to go live with my mother, when my mother ran away in the dead of night from my father, and she was able to grab my sister and I, right? And we ran to my grandmother's house, trying to escape my father. When we got there, it didn't take long for my father's family to come and fetch me. My sister and I have different fathers, but we don't look at each other as half siblings. We are siblings. That's it. Right? They took no time. Obviously, they had more money. And they're Zulu. And they're connected. So, there was nothing my mom could do. So, one particular night when she was working night shift, they came. I won't say Ningabi or what, but they came. All these big Zulu people. And they took me and they called my mom because her family was trying to fight. And then she said, you know what, guys, for your safety, let them take her now. I will get her back. And that's what happened. Because when I went to go live with my grandmother, she used to beat me black and blue. This was even before I was 7. Because when I was 7, I came back to live with my mom. That's when I started grade 1. So the years before, I don't even know how long it was. The trauma I suffered, it affects me till today. The fear, just general fear of life, of everything. I have fear. That's another reason why I've never been in a single fight in my life. I don't do violence. I don't like it. It traumatizes me. It makes me shrink and become like a child, like I'm scared. Why was she beating me like that as a child? I don't understand. Sometimes, Nakona, people with money, they're crazy because she had money. I would have rather stayed with my mom and her family at Block 7 than to ever experience what I did with my grandmother. But it happened so quickly, and they did it at a time where she was at work. And she said, for your protection, these people, they're connected. So, let them take her. And then we'll deal with it. We will deal with it. She'll come back. And I did. Thank God. Yeah. Never ever tell me God is not real. He started saving my life from when I was small. Maybe we'll get into other stories of what I experienced in that time. But it's very traumatic. And then when that granny of mine perished, I told you guys about her. When she perished, I got so sick. Until the day she was put in the ground. Then I was like on my deathbed as well. My mom thought I was gonna die. Couldn't eat. It was bad. And then after the funeral, I was fine. I was perfectly fine thereafter. I don't know what that is or what that meant. But it happened. And no, I don't have any connection or communication with the side of my family. I'm afraid of them. They freak me out. That's it. So Jayden had spoken up at school. Teachers, don't brush things off. Make everything that serious. The child is telling you, we don't have food at home all the time. Don't just call the parents and say, what's going on? They're gonna lie. Come in for a meeting, they're gonna lie. They're gonna lie. Call Child Protective Services as well. Let them go check there. What's a halang? I don't know, put cameras and devices in these kids. No, maybe not that. But like, when a child is speaking up, they're speaking up because it's true. And then when nobody reacts or helps them, they feel helpless. The trauma is building. It's bad. It's so bad. Most of us know about trauma in our adulthood right now. And now we can link why we are the way we are because of how we were treated when we were children. And that sucks. But that's just the nature of the game at this point. Back then it was like, I'm not feeling okay in my head. Now that I'm an adult, I can be like to my man, you know what, babe, I'm not okay. I actually need some help. Because if you look around, it's like nothing is really supposed to be overwhelming you. You have a good life. You have everything you want. You get everything that you want at the drop of a dime, right? What is the problem? And then you think to yourself, I'm not even suicidal at this point. I'm not regulated. I'm not okay. Go and seek help. Don't let those feelings wait and fester and grow until you become a baby eliminate and a monster mother. Ladies, who's tired now? And then most of these women, they don't love themselves. Because you cannot love other people if you don't love yourself. And I'm not saying khotlapa and looking nice and what have you is going to make you love yourself. You have to start to learn to love yourself from within. I don't like the fact that I was in the spiritual community in the way that I was. You know? But the spiritual community taught me a lot of things about going within to find that stuff. I can appreciate that about it. Meditation and all that shit. Yoga and what have you. Even though I do believe to this day that it's demonic. Unless you are meditating on the word of the Lord. But the other stuff. But it helped me purge a lot. So I can appreciate that section of it. You need not only mental health. You need, your body needs to move and release energy from it. It does. It's compressed in our shoulders, in our necks, in everything. And we become violent. You can feel it right now. Some of you are watching this video. And your neck is like this. You seem like this. First of all. Second of all, you probably have your teeth clenched. Release, relax. And another way of you relaxing that tension within your body is to go, scream! Shake! When you were kids, you used to shake and do a lot of crazy things. Shake and move the energy. How do you feel now? You can feel like vibrations in your body, ne? It's a release. It gets stored in your body. Go outside and step on the grass and ground. It actually helps. And if your mind is starting to go, la la la, just do it. It's a release. The more you store it in your body, your shoulders get tense, your gut gets tight, your thighs just feel, even to the touch, it feels tense, your back is heavy. You literally feel like you're carrying a backpack or you have something on your back, the monkey on your back. And trust and believe, hot wings are not going to cure it, but it does feel good in the moment, but it's not going to cure it. You have to shake, you have to move the energy, and then you have to speak and not kill your kids. One thing about me, and I know even my siblings, we are always trying to better ourselves in order mentally, because we know what we have been through. In order for us not to let that shit trickle down into our children. And I'm sure some remnants of that shit has trickled down into our children. And one day they're going to tell us, but damn, we will be damned if we don't help them right now. They did not ask to be here. So no, we're not going to become mommy monsters. If anything, we're going to facilitate their growth and their mental well-being. It's important. It is. And watching those little dances 50,000 times a day, and you're just like, I've seen this 50 times today. Watch those dances. It matters to them. It makes them feel good. Be a present mom. I'm speaking to the moms. That's all I have to say about this. Ladies, all I'm saying to you, every single mother in South Africa, in the world, please, it doesn't matter if you feel like you do have to or you don't. Go and get help. Talk to someone. Talk to your family members. Tell them how you're actually feeling when you're down and out and you get those depressive moments. Because nakhona our hormones do F us up as well. Guys, you have to talk. Because you will burst in a way emangazayo. This iyamangaza. It's like, whoa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute again? Another colored mom doing this thing again? I'm not throwing shade to the colors. Really, it's not that type of thing. But let's look at the pattern. I'm just saying. We all have our traumas. Mothers, please. I'm asking you nicely. Go and get help. Some of you are walking around undiagnosed with many conditions. Autism, ADHD, ADD, everything. I'm not saying you must go on medication for the rest of your life or what have you. But you can actually go and see a therapist or a psychiatrist once a month. You can. At least get that shit out of you. Because then you're going to get it out on your kids. And that's going to be detrimental not only to you but your kids. Because that lady was crying more at her first appearance in court than she was when she was busy performing for the cameras. When he was found out that he was missing and then he perished. And she was busy blaming the cops. Not the cops did nothing, but she's the one that did the thing. Because all the blood and stuff was found at her house once they actually scanned the plates with the UV lights. It showed. There was a cleanup. There was a cleanup, man, and stuff like that. And the families, stop covering up for your families, your family members that are shady and dark and crazy and killers. My family, I promise you, this would never cover up for me. They would say, yes, we love you, but you did something wrong. Now you have to go face the music and dance because let's face it, I am 33 years old, my kids are younger. I have lived more life than my kids. Then who deserves to die more? The one that has lived more, right? Not the kids. So let you go because you took out the kid that had so much life within them. You're selfish. You're dangerous. You are crying because it had to be, your bail hearing had to be postponed till the 18th. Guess what? Jayden ain't coming back. His life has been postponed indefinitely. I almost said a bad word because that's how I felt inside. God is good. Because I'm angry. I really am. And the word that I was thinking, and that's how I feel. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. You can never take care of other people if you don't take care of yourself. But take care of your kids because we are participating in their programming. The programming that they get outside from the friends from school and whatever. We are playing a bigger part in how we are programming them in our homes. This is going to determine what kind of human beings or adults they are going to become. Stop it, guys. You can't be mad at your man because he's not supportive financially. You can be frustrated, granted, but trust in God, He always provides. He always provides. I'd rather be in a poor family that is loving than in a poor family that is going to kill me. And now what else do you want? The attention of that nigga? He doesn't love you. He ain't going to love them kids. That's a fact. Most men, when their families separate, the wife and the kids then leave, they actually stop contacting the kids. They lose the love that they have for the kids because they loved that woman. And when she's ready to leave, he starts to distance himself and he's going to do a new thing. So a new family have more kids outside and won't even participate in supporting your kids. Because now he has realized that you've lost. Men are like practical, but it's very dirty. That's a topic for another day. It's a topic for another day. That's how they think though. They don't think like we do. So now you're going to stress yourself for, the kids must die. Rather you take yourself out, rather you live 31 years, that's an 11-year-old child, man, they've got more years to go. That's how I see it. And that's why I would jump in front of a bullet when it comes to my kids, because I've lived a little, I've done a couple of things. Rather me, not them. Give them a chance. That's it. Bye.